Welcome, Lake City. We pray that you had a restful Christmas. We're so glad you're here right now. Let's worship.
Like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Oh yes, and all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yes, 'cause your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Yes, your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it keeps, it's running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. Yes, I will sing, I will sing, 'cause all my life you have been faithful. Yes, you have, God. And all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness
Well, hey, Lake City, I'm so glad that you've decided to tune in with us today on this online gathering. I'm here with Jared and Andrew and Jackie. We hope that you had an amazing Christmas. We had some incredible Christmas Eve gatherings. Hopefully, all of your Christmases at home were great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was great.
Okay, so big questions right out of the gate.
Okay.
What are the go-to Christmas movies that you go to, or maybe even the best Christmas movie you watched during this holiday season?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
I don't know. There's something about it that's just like it's got a
Nothing
Christmas.
screams
It's got a
Christmas
Christmas
like
feel
Frodo
to me.
Baggins.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It does,
Okay.
but yeah, it's a It's
All
a Christmas
right.
movie.
I like it.
Mine's kind of a dark horse, but my favorite Christmas movie is Jingle All the Way.
Cingle all the way.
It's just so there's so many good
Arnold.
one-liners in it.
There are.
And-
Him fighting the little Santas is cinema peak.
Yeah.
And listen, Sinbad peaked with Jingle All the Way. I'm just gonna say, as a deranged mailman,
Yes,
I just think
that's
that
a
was
good role.
They found it. They
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
his
He's found his
his
calling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't tune out from this, episode to
Based
go
on the-
watch
We're
Jingle All the
starting
Way right
strong,
now.
yeah.
I know we piqued your curiosity right out of the gate. So
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
classic. Jackie, what about you?
I go more traditional classic. I love all the old claymation
Oh,
Christmas movies.
okay.
Because,
Yes, we're
Year
talking
Without a
Rudolph.
Santa Claus.
Oh,
Yeah,
Year Without a Santa.
that's my favorite one. It's
Okay.
Year Without a Santa Claus.
Okay.
But that's what if I'm going to just throw on a Christmas movie, that's what I
It's a
throw on.
claymation
Yeah.
classic. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. Okay, now here's a big question that's gonna, it divides people, and that is, how long do you keep Christmas decorations up?
I never put them up in the first place. So
Andrew would appreciate
You
it
don't
if I
have to
never
clean
put
up
them
if
up.
you never put them up.
yeah.
Right.
So really, there's no Christmas decorations
No,
in the
there
house at
are,
home?
but she does it.
I do
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm pretty quick to like pack them away. The bigger question is when those bins actually get like fully moved back into the garage.
Now, is
I'm a
that
slow
Andrew's
packer.
responsibility?
I'm waiting for them to get fully.
Yeah,
But
I'm
then
okay,
I do
okay.
I
put
do
them
it
So
all.
they kind of
pieces.
wait by the garage door.
Yes, as I
Okay.
slowly kind
Okay.
of put everything away. But I would
Yeah.
say in the first couple weeks of January.
Okay, first couple weeks of January.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
it-
about in the right household?
Yeah, we I mean, they're gonna go away pretty quick, but like our house is not particularly decorated that much because our house is very tiny. So our Christmas tree is like
Charlie
big.
Brown Christmas
And just
tree.
to be clear, I'm not measuring off the floor. I'm measuring. It's just a little guy, and so when we eventually are like in a house, we'll have a full size tree. But right now we're rocking Tree Junior.
All right, Tree
so, yeah.
Junior. I like it. The Christmas shrub makes an appearance.
And it's an artificial shrub actually.
Hey,
so,
that's right. We
What,
got an
Natalie?
artificial tree.
It has an artificial.
Well, yes, but
Because the important backstory here to know is that Natalie is quite the green thumb.
It is tucked in with our, full jungle that's also in our house. So it's funny. It's like, elephant ears, monsteras, artificial Christmas tree, and then it like goes through the rest of it. So
You said elephant ears, and I was thinking of the fair.
Yeah.
So like deep fried food
fried
next to your
You really
Christmas
are-
shrub.
Yeah, I know that you're a summer guy. But,
So Lindsay's birthday is right after the first of the year, and there cannot be any intermix between Jesus's birthday and Lindsay's birthday. So it has to get taken down immediately. There is no such thing as here's a Christmas / birthday gift for you.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
almost
Yeah.
destroyed our marriage early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
there has to be a complete
Yeah,
separation.
my dad's birthday is 3 days after Christmas, so
Okay.
we kind of grew up in a similar thing.
Yeah. Christmas ends, make room. Lindsay's birthday's here. Yeah. Love you, honey. Yeah. So that's great. Good luck on getting all of your Christmas decorations out. I'm actually curious to hear from those of you who are tuning in. Like, just throw in the comment section. Let's start an online debate in the comment section,
Oh,
shall we?
division
When
early.
is the definitive right time to have your Christmas decorations down and stored away? I have friends. It's Valentine's Day for them.
Whoa.
That is diabolical.
Right? That's crazy.
That's
And
just
they-
apathy. That's what's wrong with America right there.
Dude. So it's up before Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and it goes down on Valentine's Day.
Is it set up as Christmas that whole time though, or is it like for different holidays? Because
Oh,
I've seen
no,
people
it's
do that where
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
So they have
Yeah.
decorations up a quarter of the year.
Yeah, it's true. It's commitment. It's commitment to the birth of Christ.
Respect that.
It's a lot of
that's
work
right.
to decorate,
That's
so
true.
you know.
Let it hang for a while. Yeah, totally. Well, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are in the comment section on that. But with Christmas season now over, it's good for us to look back on where we've been on the teaching. We've been in a study called God with Us. And in this study, we've discovered some really important truths about the realities of God with us. And that is that God is faithful in our waiting. Jared had a wonderful message on that. He's peace in our fear. He is truth in our uncertainty. Andrew spoke on the reality of God with us, meaning that he's present in our struggle. But here's the good news that I want us to really latch onto as we move beyond the Christmas season is that God with us is not just a reality for Christmas. Right. It's a reality for all the time. Yeah. During the Christmas season, we absolutely celebrate the arrival of Christ, but we can celebrate his abiding presence with us every day, all the time. In fact, the final words of Jesus recorded in the book of Matthew is this, Matthew 28:20. It says, "And be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." And I want to unpack this a little bit, and then we're going to just kind of dialogue on how this impacts us personally. But in the original language, those words that English translates to be sure is the word edu. And this is an attention-grabbing word that essentially means, hey, don't miss this. You need to pay attention. It's the linguistic equivalent of like grabbing someone by the shoulders and like, you need to hear this. So what Jesus is saying is not just some casual statement. He's emphasizing something very important that we need to hear and really latch onto. And he says this is what he follows that up with. He says, I am with you. Now, the word that's used here is the word meta. And it doesn't simply mean closeness, although that by itself is a deep and profound spiritual truth that the God of the universe is near and close to each one of us, mere humans. But this word meta also communicates a deep connection, shared life, active partnership, belonging, and relational closeness. When Jesus says, I'm with you, that's what he means. And this with factor, it's not temporary. It's not circumstantial. It's not occasional. It's not something that we feel or experience only when we're within the confines of a church building or a worship service or a Bible study or a life group. He is with us all the time. I love just the literal translation from Greek to English of this statement. It simply says this, I am with you all the days. I'm with you all the days. Jesus in this one statement is stressing specificity. He's with us all the days, the good days, the bad days, the grieving days, the overwhelmed days, the victorious days, the days where we feel defeated, the happy, the sad, everything in between. He is with us all the days. Right. Personally, you guys, I'm so encouraged by that truth. Yeah, for sure. And I know you are too. So the question that I have for us today is, how does the reality of Jesus being with us all the days really encourage us in our faith?
Yeah, I think for me, as I've been just thinking about, this series, God with Us, of Jesus being with me, what's been impressed upon my heart is how Jesus being with me has changed who I am. And, we talk about the abide language and how important that is, but yet it's been in the moments of stress and tension and anxiety in my life where I've seen that actually then come to change my life. And what I mean by that is, as I've been in some of those moments, I've begun to recognize that the things that were rhythms that I'm like, maybe I'm reading my Bible and I'm praying and maybe I don't feel like it, but I know it's important, so I keep doing it. Then when I've entered into those seasons of difficulty and it's more difficult to do those, I actually feel it become more of a necessity. And what I began to recognize is now, as I've gone through these like difficult seasons, it was who I was with that led to who I'm becoming. Yeah. And it's Jesus with me that then leads me to becoming more like Jesus out of those seasons. And so it's just been something over these last few years I feel like I've become more aware of. And it reminded me of the work of C.S. Lewis in The Weight of Glory. He talked about this idea of how we're becoming immortal horrors or eternal splendors. And he breaks down this idea of the decisions we're making, the actions we're taking. And if we are apart from Jesus who is with us, we are a horror. Like it's the sin welling up and we're becoming more like that. But as we enter into a relationship with Jesus and the steps and the decisions and the actions and the words and all of those things become more reflective of who is with us, we begin to look more like eternal splendors. And we begin to, what C.S. Lewis talks about, is begin to look more like Jesus. And so for me, it's this idea of who I'm with is who I begin to look like. Yeah. So Jesus being with me is what's allowing me, I guess, to step into becoming more like him. I get to look like the one who is with me.
Yeah. Say those two descriptions from C.S. Lewis.
Yeah, immortal horrors or eternal splendor.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but when I think about that, it puts God with us within the perspective of hope. Like there is hope of becoming something greater than my sin is destining me for.
Yeah,
you know?
So true. Yeah.
And so hope for me, like as you're saying that's the word that really pops into my mind is like, man, Jesus is with me. I have hope in all circumstances. I have hope in becoming who he's called me to be. I have hope in this transformative process that he's calling us into, because everything that he calls us to do and to be is so impossible in our own strength. And so to know that he's with us, there's hope. There's hope for becoming. I like that. True. I like that.
And that becoming process is full of like everyday small like shifts. Right. But then also some like big moments too. Yeah. And I found in my life that those big moments are helpful to me to look back on, to recognize like where God has brought me, to be able to know where he can still take me. And for me, this idea of with us was really transformed in my mind when I was early on, young mom, and 3 boys, like 4 and under. It was a busy time.
That's full.
It was very full. I offer myself more grace now. In the moment, I kind of felt like, why don't I have it all together?
Wow.
And was dealing with a lot of just postpartum depression and loneliness, being overwhelmed. And it was some hard years in there, filled with also wonderful things. And so that feeling of, why is it so hard? Why do I feel so low? And I was in a moment where I was really in like desperation for God to be with me, and wondering what's it going to take to feel better, to find that hope. And I think I knew in my mind where I needed to go. Right? We want to be more like Jesus. We want, I mean, we were doing youth ministry. I was saying all the right things to all the teenagers, right? Like, here's how, but internally, internally, I was just struggling because I didn't feel great. And I didn't know why. And I think if I could talk to myself now, I'd say go talk to someone. Andrew definitely encouraged me to do that, and I didn't want to do that. I should have. But I had a very transformative moment one morning when I was getting ready to like start my day. 3 kids, a lot of chaos, a lot of just busy, exhausting. And I was getting ready in my room, and I was like, I need to pray, right? That's what I got to do. I got to pray. Yeah. And I very clearly was just like, God, I need you to be with me. And really clearly, God spoke to me. I already am. Act like it. Wow. Which is very like if Andrew said that to me that way, I'd be like, how dare you?
R.I.P. Andrew. Yeah.
But it didn't feel mean in that way. Like when God spoke that to me, it was very much an assurance of like, I don't have to live trapped within this low feeling, within this state of uncertainty. Like what I was facing as a young mom, going through all these things internally and stuff, like that wasn't just gonna immediately change. But it's like I was like thrown into the ocean. And I didn't know how to swim. And I was like stressing out, flailing around, like I need help, but I was wearing a life jacket the whole time. Yeah. Like it was this moment of like, I don't have to live from this place of, if only God was with me, or, oh, please, God, are you here? I could actually live with this assurance of God is with me. So even though this is hard, I can approach it with confidence and peace and comfort. And that began to transform how I handled the hard things in my life.
Yeah.
Whether they were internal or external, like I didn't have to crumble and be like, where are you, God?
Yeah,
But I could be like, okay, this is tough and I have to learn how to work through this. But like I already know God is with me, so I don't have to despair.
Yeah.
And so I think hope was a huge part of that process for me.
100%.
Because life is hard.
Yeah.
And that idea that God is always with us can be said very flippantly.
Yeah.
But the
Totally.
reality of that is that like just always.
Yeah.
Always. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to wonder. You don't
Yeah.
have to ask. You don't have like he's not far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to call for him and he has to get no, it's like always.
Yeah.
And that assurance changed the trajectory of just how I engaged in my faith.
I absolutely love the illustration that you just used of like
the life jacket.
drowning
Yeah.
in the
That's
ocean
so
with
good.
a life jacket on. That's so good.
Write that down.
Yeah. I'm going to use that in a Sunday message and claim it as my own. Yeah, no, I was kidding. I
I'm gonna
won't.
use it on a Wednesday before you use it on a Sunday. So.
It's a competition.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think one of the things that the Lord has been teaching me over the last few years is along those exact same lines of like teaching me how to pray properly. I think with very good intentions, I would pray things like, God, be with me, or be with us, or this, and I've been trying to be more specific to say, help me to be aware of how near you are, and I think that's like, help me to remember that I have a life jacket on in the middle of this ocean right now,
Totally. Well, I can kind of relate with that of like being aware of God's presence. One of the things, and you guys are all like teaching and in active roles with that kind of stuff. So often it's like the Lord is teaching you a lesson, kind of simultaneously as you're teaching it to whoever you're leading.
Right.
And like that's one of the funniest things. You'd be like preaching a message and you're like, oh yeah, that's for me. That's for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also for me.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, like if you ever hear any of us teaching, you're kind of just in a realm getting an internal dialogue of a lot of times the things that we're just working through.
That's so true. That's so true.
But one of the things that we've said to students, and I just say that to preface, like this was something that the Lord was kind of doing in my own heart, is we were talking about worship, and we're really like passionate about teaching about worship. And obviously, in a worship environment, like there's music, and we do get like those emotional feels, right? Like, and that's a beautiful thing. Emotion helps us experience, God's presence, His goodness, right? He created emotion. But one of the things that's been like really formative for me in thinking about worship is, I think that we feel God more in those like worship environments, not because He's more present. We're just more present with Him.
100%. Yeah.
Is all of a sudden, oh wow, we're removing all the distractions, removing all of those kind of things. That's like, that would draw our attention, and we enter into those, worship environments, whether it's with music or just those. We're just more present in paying attention to what He's doing, and the fact that He was with us the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not like we showed up into a church building and all of a sudden He's like, I think I'm going to show up now. No, when we give Him attention, we realize that He was there the whole time.
Yeah. Well, and not to cut you off, but like I think some of the most formative, meaningful moments of like prayer, worship, like revelation from His Word, they haven't come in a gathering of people. It's been just by myself in His presence.
Oh, so I can tell you, like and to kind of, talking about this, the question that you asked, it reminds me, even like what you had said about, just God being with you and in prayer. I can still think probably one of the most profound times that the Lord ever spoke to me and like revealed that He was with me. I was at my old church before we'd come out here, and was just in an interesting season. I was in the process of going from intern to wanting to be hired onto staff, and in my mind, the former youth pastor had left to go to another church, move on in some of his his walk. And I was like, I've been interning. I'm gonna be the guy, And then our lead pastor was like, no, we're gonna wait. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Say what?
I was like, what? And during that
19
time...
19 years old, full of wisdom. What are you talking about?
I know what I'm doing. But like during that time, I was frustrated. And I remember I had just preached a message about Saul on Damascus. And like part of that story is, he was blinded, and then he was like, led with some friends, but he continued to faithfully follow even when he couldn't see where he was actually specifically going. And I was in this like period of waiting. And during that time, I had actually received a another church had reached out to me and said, hey, we'd love to consider you for this job. And I was like, man, it'd be cool. I was like, and I remember praying to the Lord, like, should I take this? And because I don't really know what I'm doing, like what's going on here. And it's probably the closest thing to like an audible word for the Lord.
Wow.
He was like, no, do you believe what you preach? And he's like, you just talked about faithfully following even when you don't know like where you're specifically going. And he's like, do you believe what, the things that you preach? And so I think I take a lot of comfort, in that idea that God is with us in all of the days. And I might ramble a little bit because it's kind of an abstract idea, but I take comfort in knowing that God is with us in all of the days, in the ones that we don't know about yet.
Yeah, that's true.
That in the days that are like 20 years from now, like I don't know what he's going to specifically call me to do.
He's with us now, and he's already with us in the future.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to say it. I look at Ephesians 2:10. It's a verse we use all the time in youth. It says, "For we are God's masterpiece. He created us anew in Christ Jesus, so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago." And that kind of just shakes my foundation, because there's a realm of this that's like I know the things that I like want to do, but I don't have an exhaustive encyclopedia of the specific areas of obedience that he's going to call me to, honestly, even tomorrow. 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I don't know the specific things of obedience he's going to call me to as I start, eventually parenting a teenager, which is wild to even like say that out loud. But I can take heart in knowing that, he planned those things out long ago, for the things that I'm not even planned yet and prepped for,
or aware of.
Even aware of, right? Like it's not like he created a maze for my life and then he just sits on top and like watches and goes, good luck. Like, no, he walks with us through that journey. And even when all that I can see is a left turn, he sees the next left, the next right after that, the left after that, right?
Yeah.
He sees all of those things. And I take just great heart in knowing that he's with us, already for the days that are to come.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Well, as we kind of wrap up our conversation here today, I hope that we can look back on the last year with some hindsight and be able to become more aware of how near he has been to us all over this year, every day of the year. And as we now step into this new year, here's what I want us to carry with us, is that Jesus's final words weren't a challenge or a warning or a checklist. His final words were a promise. And it's a promise that we can latch onto and believe and build our life on. That Jesus says, don't miss this. I am with you every day, all of the days, until the story is complete. And so this next season, whatever it holds for us, this next year, whatever it holds, the opportunities, the obstacles, the victories, and the valleys, you can move forward with confidence, not because you have everything figured out and planned and that you're prepared for all of it, but because he is with you. God with us is not just a Christmas story, it's our everyday reality. And so as we step into this next year, let's do so being assured of God's faithfulness and his nearness in our life.
Was lost and all alone, your presence was where I found home. You were there and you're here right now. In every high and every low, you never left me without hope. You were good and you're good right now. I've witnessed your faithfulness. I've seen you breathe life within. So I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. Your promises never fail. I've got stories I'll live to tell, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. You left the throne and chose the cross, laid down your life to rescue us. The Savior then, the Savior now. But even death was not the end. You conquered hell so I could live, resurrecting then, resurrecting now. Resurrecting then, resurrecting now, yeah. I've witnessed your faithfulness, I've seen you breathe life within, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. Your promises never fail. I've got stories I'll live to tell, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. You're good and I've witnessed it. You're strong and I've witnessed it. You're constant, I've witnessed it. And I'm confident I'll see it again and again. You love and I've witnessed it. You heal and I've witnessed it. You save and I've witnessed it. And I'm confident I'll see it again and again. You're good and I witnessed it. You're strong and I witnessed it. Yeah. You're constant, I've witnessed it. And I'm confident I'll see it again and again. You love and I've witnessed it. You heal and I've witnessed it. You save and I've witnessed it. I'll see it again and again. I've witnessed your faithfulness. I've seen you breathe life within, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. Your promises never fail. I've got stories I'll live to tell, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. To the broken, I'll witness it. To the hurting, I'll witness it. To the lost, I will witness it. And I'll tell them this, I'll tell them what I witnessed. To my family, I'll witness it. To my city, I'll witness it. To the nations, I'll witness it. And I'll tell them this, I'll tell them what I witnessed. I witnessed your faithfulness. I've seen you breathe life within, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all of it. Your promises never fail. I've got stories I'll live to tell, so I'll pour out my praise again. You're worthy, God, you're worthy of all